Is it on? All right, I think it's on YouTube. I'm gonna drop the link of the StreamYard. All right, I think that should be good. I'm gonna have the YouTube up on another phone. Hopefully, it doesn't play any sound. But with the link, hopefully you guys can look to join if you would want. If I need to have an invite link specifically, man, I ain't never done any of this before, boy. To the studio. Yep, that's the one right there. So let's see, where's the chat? I feel like I'm a grown old man. Jeez Louise. All right. It says anti-natalists are satanic. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. They say these buzzwords, they don't even know what these buzzwords mean. Man is Satan. The hell is a satanic? Man is Satan. This is Satan's kingdom. So, surprise, you're that. It's not just anti-natalists, they're looking to oppose that. So, if you understand, and you probably do, you know, these are just kind of things people have fun with saying. But yeah, whoever wants to join, I think that link that I just dropped, 1131, should be what you can click on. Want to hear some people on the conversation. There's some different points that I would like to see what other people have thoughts on from what they see it. Pastor, okay, so this is that one dude. I'm gonna have somebody first say something. Let me even just see if it works first straight off. I don't know if he's on the call. Can you say something? I want to see if the audio works. I'll give him a few seconds. If not, then I'll just ban him. All right, doesn't want to say anything. All right. Yeah, it looks like no one has really joined. Let me see how it is on YouTube again. All right, not really much really going on yet. It's been since 11 o'clock-ish yet. Never put you on stage, that's how I had to do it. Man. I'd rather have somebody else, honestly, though. If you're gonna have to say something about like that on people here, so I'm not really trying to hear somebody with that type of mentality. I'm trying to talk to people that are kind of like-minded. You got back on it again. I thought I tried to. Yo, that's crazy. You got some tech skills. He's still trying to hop on. Well, let me start with one of the points with the video that I wanted to get into. There's been plenty of different people with antinatalism that talk on this stuff. If you want to say Efilism, basically that we shouldn't be existing, that this is not ethical. And we know this, that we should be mature about it and understand that we have many different faults with this reality that we are playing a part of. And it's none of our faults, but there's one clear thing that we are at fault of if we do, and that is clearly to procreate. So there's a clear abstaining that is not hard to do, that every one of us could do. Traveling right now, but I will try to join at 15. You cool, Untapped. Drive safe. But yeah, this procreating game, bro, listen, it takes two to tango. I don't give a fuck who you are. You know what I mean? This isn't something like you have to do. No, it's not. This is something that we put ourselves to do because we want to do. So start there. I'm a proud antinatalist, child-free, abstinent, asexual. And that's another thing too, that sex is gross. Let me tell you, I get it. You're trying to get off because you have a pressure, right? Because that's what it is you're trying to you have an itch, you have a pressure, right? There's a relief. But sex is gross. Yes, I'm asexual. I have not had many encounters because why? I feel you. Use your mind, because if you do that, why didn't go physical? It is a cope. All this is a cope. I feel you. Yes, it is a cope because there's a lot of struggle with it. Like that's with the whole another point, the idealism and the reality. Those are two different things. Those are two different things because, going into it, you'll be like, okay, this is what I'm going to get. I want to do this with it, da, da, da. But then the reality, it's a whole other picture. So yeah, it's just, once you're in the game, you know it, but people like the glibness that people were saying before and just not being honest. And now they're putting it to somebody else to have to experience the same detriments that they were, yeah, I don't get it. People crazy. But yeah, I feel you guys. I'm glad we have fellow antinatalists here. From the other guy that was here from before, he was saying that we were satanic. I was like, oh my God. People throw out these buzzwords and they want to make it seem like, oh, you're evil. What is that? Like, define that first, because that's why one of the most videos I wanted to make sure I still kept was the antinatalism is suffering. To say that this world is that, it breeds that. So if you promote this, then you're that. You're satanic. So I just, people trip me. People trip me. My money, freedom, women are not anything special, waste life on them. Yeah. It's just, that's a whole other human being. You got to understand, you got to treat them too. If you love them, there's a lot that's in it. Already for my own self, there's a lot for just my own. Now you got to take care of a whole other, talk about procreating. So it's if you really love the person, there's a lot, and you're gonna know there's gonna be a lot of things you may not like. We get so caught up maybe on the physical level or a certain mental, but there's a whole person there. So it's just, there's a lot to relationships. And so yeah, people trip me, but whatever works for people, do you. I'm just saying for me, I have no need. That's always my energy. What's the need with crazy? It's crazy. Let's see. People get mad because they want us to make more slaves for people to exploit and use, and we're not going to do it. And we're not. And I fuck with anybody that doesn't want to do it because of the type of points that you and I fuck with, because this is it. I don't know. I'll be tripping around. Why? it's like, if you really love people, just help people right now. There are plenty of ways that you can help people right now. They don't, so it's just, why would you be around a bunch of people that don't care about you? You're promoting that. Like, it's not even like it's a utopia. Like, everyone's out to get their own. It's a dog eat dog. Why would you want to be around that? Like, I just, like, what are people really doing? I don't know. I just Untapped. How you doing? Let me see if I can put you on stage. Let's see. Oh, if we can talk, go ahead, my guy. But let me see. How do I do this? All right. Guest can stream. Where are we at? I gotta get my guy onto the stage. Present invite. Lordy, Lord, how do I add my guy to the stage? Come on. I appreciate you for joining. Give me just a moment. I gotta add you on. Let me see. I thought I clicked the 2-part. Let's see. Edit, not new layout. Present or invite. Add to stage. Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Bro. I'm good, bro. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm in Chicago.
Chicago, man. Let me tell you, I've been there back in 2023. I had a good college friend that went to Midwestern for physical therapy. Beautiful place. I can't be there right now, though. I can barely do Arizona right now, man. I'm out here in a sweater in this sunny weather. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm out here. I'm actually on my way to work. I'm downtown Chicago right now. I was on the train when I told you I was traveling. So I'm actually on my way to work right now, but it's cold as a motherfucker in Chicago right now. Though. It ain't too bad today, but yeah, we've been down like in the 20s to 30s. So yeah, but I'm born and raised there, so I'm used to it though. So it ain't nothing for me.
Man, you a warrior out there, man. I feel that. Good for you. I feel you, Untapped. Man, tell me whatever you want to say, man. Whatever what's on your mind, man, you can go ahead.
Oh no, man, I'm just I like your channel, man. I've been tuning into you for a little while now. I don't know, probably 2 years or so. I heard you on forget the guy, what's his name? Mark, the Antinatalist. Mark, what's his name?
Yeah.
You were doing, you were doing like a discussion going back and forth, and I heard him. That's when I first saw your channel popped up and checked out your content. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, I've been in the black community, this whole situation for like the last maybe 7 years, 8 years. So I just really like listening to it because, like I said before, all the points that you're making, it's stuff that I've already agreed to. I looked up, read books on, same kind of situation, So for me, just listening to these channels is just like, it just helps me stay sane, knowing that there's other people that understand truly how harsh life really is, how ridiculous it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, but who really understand it though, not just because they saying it. People that have read books and understand Christ consciousness and know about the demiurge. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's the element that I want to get to for the people that really are about that, because antinatalism, it's there for anyone, but like, I'm looking at myself and I'm like, damn, I feel like Jesus in this bitch. But like, that's for anyone. That should be for anyone, because if you read the stories, that's all it is. It's an archetype. It's it's nothing. But like, you should be like, damn, fuck all this. What is this? Why am I here? We should not, fuck the riches, like bounce. And especially if you're Black, because we know the struggle, man. We know it. I'm African American, but I know for Black Americans, like, we don't say nothing more. Say nothing more. You know what I mean? So it's a mature mentality. Really, man. Chicago too. That's the motivation point. Phoenix, Florida is another. There's certain areas I feel like, man, that's like certain target points from what I've seen. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, man. It's it's people are waking up though to the message of antinatalism though, because life is getting so harsh. that now they have to start asking questions now. You know what I'm saying? They have to, you know what I'm saying? People that got babies regret having them babies because they realize that they can't take care of them babies. Them babies really don't got no future like the way you thought that they did. You know what I'm saying? These people finna put AI on you. Who you think the first people finna be exterminated finna be? Who you think the poor people, right?
Right.
Like, you don't have to tell them antinatalism. No, you don't have to, like, you know, like if you look at on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
And you start looking at like content like this, like antinatalism, you will notice that the numbers are small.
Right.
They don't give us big numbers. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, that's on purpose. But here's the thing, though: you can't step on people and think that they ain't gonna start. Even you know what I'm saying? Like, wait a minute, hold on, what's really going on?
Right.
Like, it's you know, it just don't sound good to say antinatalism, or like the term don't sound good to people. So it's like they don't, you know what I'm saying? But then now life is making them realize that no, it's these people know what they talking about. Like, because it's like if you don't know it, whether you like it or not, you got to face it now.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So
Like you said, you know, you don't got to say a certain word to it. You know what I mean? It's just a feeling. It's like, damn, you know, another day, you know what I'm saying? Like we know what comes with this play here. You know what I mean? And so we just calling
yeah,
it for what it is. You know what I mean? It's like the facade. That's why somebody said glib and just, it's like, nah, no, you gotta, and so it's just putting it for brass tacks and seeing it for where it's at. And yeah, man, you know,
yeah,
people, man, I feel whenever I can connect to somebody like you and people here in the comments, so many to read, just because I know how it is on a day to day, and this type of like spirit I don't see radiate, and so it gets
yeah,
tiring, man. It gets tiring to be around like the type of shit that like just thinks it's okay and goes with the flow of things, and they don't really want to think. You know what I mean? But usually,
yeah,
whenever I do have the talk with people, they are appreciative of it, and that was one of the points I wanted to mention. The engagement that you may have had, if you ever look to, you know, really connect, like, you know who you are, and like to really express that to somebody. You know what I mean? Whenever I do
yeah,
that, it goes well. It goes well. But a lot of times, you know, they'll still do what they do in terms of that procreating and everything. And that's where I'm just like, damn.
yeah,
Because at the end of the day, man, I'm just trying to look out for what it is in the future. You know, I'm trying to think big. That's all it is. You know, I'm like, damn, you got a whole other now thing that has to do with this bullshit that we all doing right now. And this is so unnecessary. You're more than this. You know this, especially if you're
yeah,
black. You know, there was something
yeah.
already going on before you were here. Like, you don't have to be in this ego thing. This is hype, bro. It's hype.
Yeah.
Like, I have so many people back home right now, man. They think I'm living the life or something right here, man, because I'm not like
Yeah.
in Nigeria right now. I'm a first, you know, generation Nigerian American. There's nothing going on here, bro. There's nothing to celebrate, bro. This is all travesty, man. You know, like we have
Right.
our good days and yeah, but like this is a grown-up conversation, you know, like let's not cut with that bullshit.
Right. You know what it is though. You know, you also got to realize that this society is hypnotized. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like they make sure that they mind control people enough to either not think about it or just not care or just be too comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And that's
Yeah.
what I that's how they control things. It's like that's why I say, you know, having a channel like listening to channels like this, or just people that think the same as I do, you don't get to run into those people. You don't really get to talk to those people. So having a channel like this give you a chance to have a little bit of that, so you can know that wait a minute, I'm really not crazy. It's like I see what's going on, and it's like wait a minute, hold on, you know, it's like you got too much common sense, you know? And it's
Yeah.
like you can't start to realize you can't talk to the people around you because, like I said, it's all a program, bro. It's like you can't really, you know. That's why I say that like don't drive yourself crazy trying to figure that out, man. Like
Oh
because it's
yeah.
just a program, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't, you know, because
Oh
you
yeah,
can't
man.
get past it,
I appreciate you telling me that, man. Untapped.
you
I
know.
appreciate you telling me that, man, because yeah, man. You know, I'm living. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like, you know, it's funny. My nickname's Uno. You know, that's what I'm just here. You know what I mean? And that's cool. You know, I don't. You know, I'm just like, it's just like, damn. You know, like, like really
Yeah, I
though. Like,
know.
that's all it is. Like, it's like, damn. Like. But like I
Yeah,
got plenty of love in my life, you know what I mean? And all this, it's just it's a love. know what I mean? And it's like seeing where you kind of want things, and but yeah, man, it is what it is. You know what I mean? You appreciate this anything that you can get. It's all a level of a blessing, you know.
Yeah, you know, it's just you just man, all we left to do is just know what we know. You know what I'm saying? Like, be
Yeah,
grateful that we get to meet the people that understand the same thing. No, we obviously we're not going to procreate. We don't not, you know what I mean. But at the end of the day, but because I feel like I got a little sister, man, and she just had another kid. I got another niece, and you know what I'm saying. It's like I tried talking to her about it, you know, in a certain kind of subtle way, like the life is getting hard, and this and that. But it's like it's crazy how people just it don't make a difference what's going on in the world. You just can't get to them, you know, and you just have to live with that. And and it's like that's a hard thing, like for guys like us that like really understand it. Like I said, they read books about it, about Gnosticism. You know what I'm
right.
saying? So like we really get it. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? On top of our own, like we sat down and analyzed our own trauma. Like we really sat down and looked at things. You know what I'm saying? Not just with our emotions. You know what I'm saying? It's like stepping out of the picture. Like, damn, I can see it from my point of view and theirs. This
hmm
is really fucked up. What's wrong with us? Why are we this crazy? Am I, you know what I'm saying? Am I the only? And it's like you stuck living with that. You know what I'm saying? So, and you just have to just accept that you just ain't gonna be able to change that. But like I said, we got these communities and we got like-minded people that we can talk to and just kind of bounce back and forth. So I'm here to let you know you ain't crazy. You here to let me know I ain't. You know what I'm saying?
yes,
Like
sir.
indirectly, like, but we need that because, like I said, it's like this place is trying to drive us crazy. It want to tell you that what you think is wrong. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? They want to and they're constantly trying to push that down your throat in one way or another. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all about power and control. Who's running things? So what they really got to do to keep everybody in, you got to keep everybody thinking the same thing, or as many people as you can. You can never let up on that. You know what I'm saying? And that's
Right.
what's scary to not to just keep rambling. I'm trying to not say too much because I can talk a lot about this shit.
No, go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? I try not to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I be talking. You can cut me. I try not to be too wordy, man. But this whole antinatalist discussion is like a very passionate thing to me. I wake up every single day and I think about it, man, because I always say to myself, like, man, every single day when I wake up, I say, man, I'm glad I don't have a kid. Like that thought run across my mind every fucking day, and I'm like, that's such a hard thing to say in a certain kind of way. You know what I'm saying? But I'm
Yeah.
not saying it because I'm
There you
saying it because of what I know. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to live with that.
go. Hmm.
I thought, man, that's tough, man. Like to be like that's why I say the more aware you get, you be like, yeah, this is. Why don't everybody see what's so common sense? Why don't like
Right. But you made a great point there. There's so much I can eat off of what you just said, but for what you just last talked about. And
uh,
I said it already a little bit before with melanin, melancholy. There go Pastor. I'll let Pastor D
yeah,
speak. But you said that it's kind of sad that like, hey, I'm not procreating. I'm not having a son or daughter, right? It's kind of sad. And you
right,
understand that on a level, right? Because yes,
yeah,
this is like a story. You want to promote the story. This is a good story. This is a good show, life show. This is yeah, good. This is good. You know what I mean? But come on, man. We know there are things going on that we play a direct that goes to us to our. We know the cost, and so we got to be
right,
honest with these things. You know what I mean? And with that, it's that's where that black that like man like you gotta be real. You gotta really go in the dark, bro. And once you do, you once you go black, bro, you don't turn back, bro. And that's what I mean. Like once you get, and that's the true knowledge, that's the true everything, the nothingness, that's that narcissism, the mutant thought that you mentioned, that be that individual self. Don't just look to go with the society and things and just because that's the way it is, or no, because we know it's very easy to point out certain things and then you probe it and then it all fucking shatters. The house of cards falls down. You know what I mean? And so yeah, man. Yeah, it is what it is. There's other things. Who knows? But this show gotta go. We know that. And so so with wanting to like promote it, I understand that element. Like you were saying, like, oh wow, that's kind of sad. You don't want to, but no. And there's the whole idea of, oh, people like to think of multidimensional. Oh, we can go to other realities. Listen, whatever, but we don't have to. This shit. No. So because I see other people, man, they want to talk about something that's not here. Like that's some old fantastical shit. It's not here though. We don't got to be here. So let's start there. Right. And from there should, if anything, go more. So it's just people are limiting themselves, and I don't want to hold that to anyone that I can. For anyone, one of my blood or anyone that I can connect with, we are more than that. I'm more than this. Like this ain't. So yeah, anybody that can recognize that, man, I appreciate. So I'm gonna add this Pastor D. I'm gonna see what he has to say. I'm gonna give him a sharp moment because want to make sure that stays within the confines. You can go ahead, Pastor D, if you can.
Well, the Bible says, "Be fruitful and multiply."
Yeah, be free to multiply, and that's what I mean. You can do what you want. But there's going to be a birth and death cost with it. That's all we pointing out. We just calling it for what it is. Be fruitful and multiply. Cool, bro. Cool. Do what you want to do. You know what I mean? It's like, why you got to come here and say that, man? I'm just looking to connect who I can connect with. You know what I mean? It's like it's that natalist gripe. Like, I got to say something because like you're doing something kind of messed up. You know what I mean? That's why they want to, there's that one, stop having kids. They have those signs, billboards and whatnot. And there's just some people they think they gotta say something to that. Like, oh, you're stupid, or like, why you gotta say something if you don't got nothing good to say? Why it's not constructive? If you really know what you're talking about, you wouldn't say anything. That's why I mentioned that veganism thing. If I ever am around that energy, I know how to keep quiet. You know what I mean? If you're not, they doing something righteous. Why would you say something? Don't. So people trip me when they try to. This is the easiest type of conversation where I can get anybody. Oh yeah, I would please say whatever you want to say, and I can make you look a fool because you're promoting foolery. This is that. So I wanted to hear him say a little bit on the mic there. Appreciate you, Pastor D. Yes, be fruitful and multiply on the land of skull and bones that you're gonna pile up. An influx and birth of deaths that you're gonna promote. Yep, be fruitful and multiply that. For all the,
but it's like, hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it says be fruitful and multiply, but did it say be fruitful and multiply kids? Like, did it specifically say kids? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
They always say that part, but that can mean a number of things. I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, it comes down to our choice and our decision. There's never nothing that's there that's making us do something. That's why this whole idea of poverty or inflation, at the end of the day, is really just human beings saying no to other humans. This stuff is made up. See, that's our whole thing right there. It's like we are like, instead of just coming out in the open and saying, you know what, this is how human beings are. We do this to people. There's no God there. There's nothing. It's just we humans. This is our nature. You know what I'm saying? We do people in. And the whole goal of human nature is whoever's the smartest one, do the other one in. That's our nature. And just do away with the whole God thing and do it because that's manipulation. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you never physically see a God or hear it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's human beings, man. And it's like it's our decision because at the end of the day, we don't have to have these babies. We don't have to multiply.
We don't.
There's nothing there to stopping us from being like, you know what? Let's just all go extinct. We're going to take some pills to just be sterile to do whatever we got to do. And then that'd be the end of it. No God will intervene, nothing, right? But we don't do that, though. So that's how I say. It's like, it's a harsh truth to just look at, like, human beings, we are part of nature. And when you look at nature is harsh. Nature don't care about your feelings or look at how, you know what I'm saying? Look at how a wild animal chased down a African dog or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Crazy, it's harsh. They don't care. Like, but we think that we are exclusive from that, from having that. You know, that's how humans are too. It's the
We're
same
not.
thing,
We're
but
not.
not any different. We don't want to accept that though. But it's like, here's the thing though: the top and the people who are running the world accept that, and they run the world like that.
Mhm.
While they use every other thing to manipulate everybody else so that we can all obey and do what they want, do what they want us to do. You know what I'm saying? It's like I found out that Facebook, that color scheme, that white and blue, is
Mhm.
addictive to your brain. So they knew that they knew that before they gave it to the public. They're gonna give you
Oh yeah.
something that your mind is going to be addicted to. What does that tell you? It's all about manipulation. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like forget what they talking about. Look at what they doing, right? How
Right.
come we all can't? How come we all can't do that? Just look at what they doing. Like just look. Like it's kind of obvious to me. Like forget what people are saying. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't went through all that religion. I was born in Christianity. My whole family was Christians.
Mhm.
I learned that stuff. I read the Bible. I read the Quran. I had cousins that were Muslims. I went to the Hindu temples. You know what I'm saying? It don't like none of this stuff matters. It's all the same story, right? It just
Mhm.
comes down to people who are running things and people who are not. And the people who are running things run things like the way that nature runs things, brutal and harsh. And they will say and do anything to keep power. And that's what it comes down to. And it's just that simple, right? Once
Yeah.
we accept that, once you accept that, they can't hypnotize you no more. Everything that you're going to hear after this, anybody else, they're part of the program. Don't even worry, but don't trip. They gonna say that. You ain't gonna be able to get through. You're not gonna be able to get through to them. And you have to accept that, right?
You said it right there. You said it right there.
Yeah.
Once you hear it, once you hear it and you still promote it, you are officially a part of the program. That's a statement right there in chat. Once this type of
Man,
stuff is privy to you and you still do the certain things that you already were gonna do,
all right.
that's
Yeah.
a different level, man. That's different than like any other. That Yes, that's now officially your stamp. That's that mark of the beat. Whatever. You're part of that. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah,
Man.
man. It's look, but like, look, growing up as a kid, right? Like I grew up in a Christian household with old school parents that will whoop your ass if you didn't do what they told you to do.
Same
You know what I'm
here.
saying?
Same
So they
here.
was very, very strict on me, right? And the
Yeah.
one thing about them, they was always real strict on me about is about having common sense.
Okay.
If I said anything, or if I did anything that looked like I wasn't operating common sense, I got my ass whooped for that. So when you grow up like a person like that, right? Maybe you start seeing. It's like I say, it's hard to pull bullshit in a person like that. You know what I'm saying? When you go through a certain amount of trauma when you grow up, you know what I'm saying? For
Yeah.
some of us, but it's like most of us grew up in a certain level of comfort and never experienced certain type of traumas. So it's easier to manipulate them. It's easier to, you know what I'm saying? It's like it took me a while to realize that I was fighting against psychological forces that were already set in place. You feel what I'm saying? To fucking take, you know what I'm saying, to control things. I really thought that everything I was being taught the Bible and this was the right. It took a while, you know what I'm saying? But then like the truth is always really right in front of you, and it
Right.
just comes 360. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it's hard when that happened because it's like I wanted to believe that human beings were better than they were, and it broke my heart when I found out that that just wasn't the truth. I was just
Right.
a better person for thinking that. You know what I'm saying? But it's
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right. Yeah. Yeah, man. It's crazy, but I just, man, the connection that I have built in the past, what it's been, I don't even know, hour, not even. Like I'm definitely gonna be doing this more often. Like this is for sure it. Use your mind. You can go ahead if you want. Appreciate you coming on.
No problem. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. What's going on, Illicit Mind?
Not much. Another day, another start of the week, start of the month, relatively. Happy holidays, I guess. Uh,
Chill, chill.
the spirit that type of thing brings for the good positive energy, I guess. But yeah,
Awesome.
Yeah.
And what's going on, Untapped Potential? What's up?
Oh, hey, what's up?
Yeah,
What's going on?
what's going on? I just wanted to mention something when you talked about be fruitful and multiply. It's so weird that a lot of these people don't think for themselves. That, come on, man. Be fruitful and multiply. Adam and Eve were fraternal twins, breeding.
Mm,
Mm.
mm.
They were closer than sister and brother. They were fraternal twins. So why would you tell
Yeah.
someone to be fruitful and multiply with your own
Yeah.
sibling? God.
Disgusting, right?
Ugh.
Disgusting, right?
Think
That's
about it.
what it is,
It's
though.
like,
You don't do that for you don't
exactly.
have that element because that was some sick shit. They didn't know what the hell they were doing. Like what the
Think
hell?
about it. Okay, so the story is weird. When they were produced, they were already produced as adults, obviously, walking around naked with each other, no one else. They slept with each other. That's the forbidden fruit. And then you kick them out of heaven, and their first kids is Adam and Cain and Abel, and then the brother kills his other brother.
Right.
Makes no sense.
We got some wind right now. Windy city themes right now. It was like 20 degrees Untapped. Man, that's
Hey
a great.
everyone, can you hear me?
Yes, we can against life. How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome. How about yourself?
Doing good. Doing good. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Use your mind. She made a great point against life with the whole Adam and Eve, and the difference to sayings in the Bible and how that why do people try to make it to like justify what they're doing because they're shooting themselves in the foot. It don't even add up, and it's funny when they try to do the calculations in front of you like that because it's a stupid dance. So thank you for bringing that up again, user mind, because that
You're
was
welcome. It was a control mechanism, and they change it around every so many years. For example, no one speaks like that anymore. Thou, thine, thou was. They switch it up. They keep changing it. King James Version and all of these different versions. It's a mind control mechanism to keep people under control with fear tactics of hell. How are you going to burn in hell with nobody? God damn it. Oh, God, it's just getting dumber and dumber. I'm sorry.
damn. Nobody.
There's so many ways to interpret that story. Not that I believe it to be true, but there's so many ways to interpret it. So, I mean, humans for thousands of years have been creating their own illogical reasons to continue to procreate. I mean, they used to say they procreated to have labor on the farm and to have extra working hands for the family. And now that they don't need that, right? Now they're saying it's for emotional needs. It's for their emotional needs. It's so that they can have joy and experience joy.
Well, they're done with the Bible now. They're switching over to AI.
So they're always going to create a
Now
reason.
everything is going there. Oh,
I don't know if anybody heard that, but you were
We
breaking up on mine.
We did. Go ahead. Keep going.
Oh,
Yeah, we heard you. And that's a great point. You guys were connecting it with there's always a reason, with how before, we had to plow the fields and now we got to plow our minds mentally for these kids that are needing to be here for us now. There's always this need, deficiency, things that fix. Yeah, it's never quite right. We gotta make things better. And so with AI, that's a whole now introduction of fuckery.
yes, that's what I was saying right there with the AI. The whole Bible stuff that's done with right now, so that's in the past. Right now, we've moved on to the future. Artificial intelligence is the new way. So now they're going to recreate the Bible and put stuff in there again. They've changed it many times. So for the new generation, they're going to be controlled by technology and paint a whole nother story. Moses and all those people are going to be replaced with a different version that they can understand according to Generation A, because Generation A is going to be growing up with artificial intelligence. Everyone else that's afraid of technology, they're catching up, but They're setting everything up to control the next generation in ways that is going to keep them engaged and not bored with religion. They have to have a new way to control the next generation with religion by revamping it.
Mm.
Whoa, 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 whoa. See, this is some hot shit right here. That
I'm an
makes
Aries, so I'm always futuristic.
I mean, so that's what they've been trying to. Whoa, yeah. Because if they
Yeah.
make religion hot for kids,
You feel
yo,
me?
whoa, yeah, that makes a
Oh.
lot of sense. AI can make it hip. AI can make religion hip. Yo,
Exactly. You haven't noticed what they've been putting in your commercials? Look at some of the notifications you get on YouTube.
I
What have
appreciate
you been seeing?
privy. Whoa, what
The
you just
next,
said is the
yeah,
implications are crazy. Yo, that wow, these people are crazy, man. That's some sorcery shit.
it is sorcery. Come on. In God we trust. They're not talking about God. It's government ordinance defense. It's the top of the hierarchy ruling and dominating the bottom of the pyramid. It's on your
Mm.
money. It's right in your face. They want you dumb. The eyes at the top disconnected from everybody at the bottom. They tell you what to do, keep you disconnected from yourself. My pop was a
Mm.
Mason. Mom was an Eastern Star. I went no contact with them, but I learned a lot from studying their stuff. Plus, I'm pretty much knowledgeable. So I pretty much get it.
That was deep.
Mm.
Fuck.
Yeah, sounds true enough.
Right.
You
No,
feel
Sounds
me?
believable.
it's in the air now.
Against life. I was like, whoa.
That makes too much sense. Yeah, that shit. Wow. It's just responsibility, you know. You got fuck. I can't imagine. I'm 29. So I was already growing up with technology, but kids nowadays,
You
they
see?
have that right starting up as soon as they can play it, they're doing it.
The mark
So
of the beast. Not the Bible version. They putting them in their hand and putting it in their head immediately. They don't know any different. How
man, and
can they
that
fear
Mm.
something they grew up on? They don't have fear of it, so they're going to welcome it.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
this is going to be within the first 7 years too. That first 7 years,
Facts.
that if you introduce that type of stuff within the first 7 years, they're fucked.
Facts.
They're fucked. And so that type of element, yeah, I don't know where things can go. Yeah, that's
That's why all of these things are being implemented. Pay. Look at what everything is going on. The Medicare, the Medicaid, the individuals that's having the kids, but then taking away their SNAP to make them SNAP. It's not funny. I'm just saying it's not funny. I'm not laughing at that. But look at they put the shit right in. Excuse me. They put it right in our face. Come on. Why would they call it SNAP? They want you to snap.
No, but yeah. And that's just what I'm saying. Yeah. When I was talking about that common sense, like that's what I mean. Like it's
Yeah.
they just put it right in your face, man. But they
Right.
do it, and they do it a lot though. Like if you look at a lot of things, like just like oh man, and that's what I'm saying. You get so aware of certain things. It's just like, what do you do?
that's the
You're just
question.
a victim. I'm saying,
Right. They put it
you're just
right
a
in your
victim
face.
in your face, man. Like.
Then they take it from you. That's what they're doing now. They're dismantling everything to rebuild so that they can wipe out a whole population and demographic so that they're not there to warn the next generation because they'll be wiped out, too sick, too ill, not strong in their body, cutting off the Medicare, Medicaid, and the SNAP, making them SNAP, put the National Guards out there. That's a military tactic. My pop was a Marine, so he drilled the hell out of me. Therefore, this type of stuff was drilled in my head, and I can see it now.
Mhm.
You set up national guards in certain states, right? And then you cut their benefits off. Now you've gotten people comfortable with reproducing to get more benefits. Then you pull the rug from under their feet. They're going to start selling
Mm.
off their kids. They're going to snap.
Wow.
Mm.
What the fuck?
Child trafficking about to
Back.
increase.
You feel me? You see?
Wow.
Mm.
Yeah. That's
And
crazy.
replace them with more upgraded. It's almost like they're raising Generation A like computers, like artificial intelligence. Wipe out, they expect, I think they said 550,000. They said within the first 3 years, they plan on seeing at least 50,000 or more people wiped out due to hunger, bad health, and taking away their health benefits. So they're already planning on replacing them. They had Elon Musk up there with the front. I can't say it because I want to mess up anything. Pay attention to this year. why would he be up there with the leader of America, right?
Right.
He was up there for a reason. He was ushering in AI.
Right.
Musk represents AI, artificial intelligence.
Right.
And then the leader, I'm not going to say his name, represents the boomers, the outdated version. AI represents the future. They were up there together for a reason. The goodbye to the past. This is your future, right in people's face.
New World Order.
Thank you. Hello. Now look
Yeah.
at
New
your
World
money
Order
again.
that people are signing their children up for.
Thank you. You got
How
bingo.
loving,
That's what it is. Like,
how loving, how caring.
that's what it is. Like,
Natalists are so loving.
right? You are of a very high accord, very much so. But generally speaking, Americans know the fuckery. They don't know to the extent that you just expressed very vividly and well just now.
We
But
all just got it. Look where your hand is right now. Keep your hand just like that. Think about the dollar. Remember the top of the pyramid? Look at how your hands are positioned right now. That's the top of the pyramid. Your
yeah,
face in the middle is the eye. And everything below your hands is every everyday people that don't get to where we can think about this right now. Where your hands are is the top of the pyramid right in our face on our money. That's why they took the money away, replacing it with liquid currency. It was
yeah,
two in people's face.
yeah.
You see, that's the top of the pyramid, disconnected from the bottom of the pyramid on our money, letting you know they are supposed to have this intellect. This is why we sort of threaten them being highly advanced like this, anti-natalist, child-free people who think before they bring people here. They can't exploit us and they can't get more slaves from us. We're too
But
far
see,
ahead.
people talk about these topics often online, how the government is out to get us and blah,
Oh
blah,
no, I'm
blah.
not on any of that. I'm not on no conspiracy theory.
They
I'm
really
on
feel
some, I
like
see this. I see it.
treating black people is what's going to help the situation. That's what boggles my mind.
Yeah. And they tried it with 2020. They expected a lot of people to be wiped out. That didn't happen. This is going to do it. You take away people's, look at what they're doing. You take away people's stability. You take away their ability to eat. You starve them. You take away their ability to take care of their kids. They start to die off.
Yeah, it's going to be harder, no doubt. It's definitely going to be much harder in terms of just the brass tacks, getting it back day by day. You know, is there an echo?
Yeah.
No, okay.
No, not to me. You're not echoing.
We good.
You're
Yeah,
not echoing to me, no.
it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. We know. Yeah, it's always the bottom
I'm
line.
not against people dying out, though. That's just the truth. I'm not.
What was that?
I'm not against people dying out.
Oh yeah. No, shit. We going out some way. Shit.
Exactly. Unfortunately, they're gonna have to suffer, but
right. Yeah, you don't want to. You know, that's the story. That's how it goes. You know, it's just 100, 1,000 ways to die. Pick one. You know. So yeah, it is what it is. It's the whole prevent before having it get here and now get spilt for what we know is going to happen to any one of us. So yeah, that, you know, it's crazy when you see the intricates and how, you know, what could happen and shit. But at the end of this story goes the same way, same shit, different day. And they just kind of fuck with you along the way. You know, they want to make you do it this way or that, you know, and fucking parade for them. But I'm all about what can we do, right? And I fuck with every one of you because you're about that too. And it's funny because we're not doing shit. That's all. I always go back to that because, like, you know, it's like that, like, we're just holding in that like untapped potential, right? Like it's just we're against it. It's like we're using our mind, right? We're forbidden to this shit. Like we're done with it, bro. And so, you know, whoever's about that, cool. Apart from that, are we just enjoying life for whatever we can before whatever we want to wrap it up, we'll wrap it up then. Because shit, this apart from these type of moments and just being in my own mind and having my own good old times, I'll, you know, get to whatever good old times you guys want to make. Fuck the right. Like, that's why I try to not even pay no mind to any of this other shit because I'm good in a sense. You get my point? Like the fuck? Like
I know that's right.
These people out here, like you said, they trying to put you in whatever type of mood or whatever. Like, make sure your spirit amongst it all. Like, it's crazy when you know talk to somebody. It's like, how you doing? And you know that's such a loaded question. How you doing? But you
Small
know what?
talk.
At the end of the day, regardless from all the bullshit, yeah, I am okay in the sense that I'm not with any of this shit. Da da da. So when I actually do, I really am authentic in this response, and that like despite all the bullshit, I am okay because you got like at the end of the day, that's your life. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I just stay on that level because like, man, what you just described, I'm sure like that's why with astrology, if you look up the planet Uranus and then Gemini, that shit's going, and everything that you just explained is that. And so
I am in that. I am in tune with you with that illicit mind because I know you're into astrology. I'm into all of that, numerology, everything, study everything, including hermetics, because I like to be knowledgeable. So, I want to present something to you. I'm not religious, but I want to present something to you, right? The reason why they supposedly took out, I'm not going to say the word, took out him, the reason why he would be similar to all of us. Was he married? Did he have kids? Did he ever mention it?
um
No.
yeah, no,
But
wait.
he
Okay.
was a manifester. They called him every label other, right? Like a witch, they called him a wizard, they called him all type of things. They had people just being all in this business because they couldn't understand why he was so content with living his life as he was. I am what I am. So we, being who we are, we keep telling people, look, I am what I am. I'm not what you want me to be. I'm not of this world, I'm not any of that. I'm in this world, taking care of my business, and it's them versus people like us with our own mind, and it pisses them off bad because we won't conform. With an intellect like this and the ability to sit and reason, have logic, and think before we act, it bothers people because we were supposed to be brainwashed by at least the number you said 7. How the hell did we get past that point into adulthood with our mind intact? When on the money, they wanted your mind disconnected from your body. That's why the pyramid is disconnected from the bottom. That's the way they want you to be so that they can think for you. They don't want they want to know how the hell we're still thinking and we're
Mhm.
not programmed and we're not
One,
followers or stereotypes.
one word, trauma. God,
Facts. Yes.
trauma.
But
Remember when? Hold on. Can I just say this one little thing? Remember when I said like 20 minutes ago? I said when I was a little kid. You know what I'm saying? I had them old school parents. You didn't do what they say, they will whoop your ass. See
Facts.
that kind of trauma. See when you go through stuff like that, it's hard to bullshit that kind of person. And see that's the reason why your intelligence is so high. You actually gonna go. You say, wait. You say, hold up, wait a minute. I got too much common sense. I went through too much pain
mm,
Facts.
to just take what y'all say. So you just can't smack me and think that I'm going. Wait a minute. Hold on. I ain't gonna do some research and find out how I can protect myself the next time, right? Trauma teaches you that.
Facts.
Trauma make you go get knowledge. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to repeat. You know what I'm saying? So how come they didn't consider that? They can't disconnect that, right? So that's all I'm saying.
no, thank you
That's
for saying that. Use your mind. You want to
that's
respond to that
true.
or go ahead or go? Yeah, go. Keep going. Keep
Oh
going.
yes, I definitely want to respond to that. Like I feel you 100% with the whole trauma, but we're a small percentage. They're like the 93%. We're the 1%. Okay, the people who try to keep their mind intact but go ahead and just follow with the rest, they are like the 4%. So we are the very small percent there that managed to, no matter how tough it was. Look, my mom tried to take me out and my dad, so I had to pretty much be on my own, period. And it was supposed to break me, but I'm an Aries, so I don't give a damn. If you know
I'm
about
an Aries
astrology,
too.
we're like the
Yeah.
who you
I'm an
too.
Aries too. Yeah, I'm an
You
Aries.
too?
Yeah.
So you already know
Yeah.
what time. And nothing takes us down. Like people try
Yeah.
very hard. So we're
Yeah.
like what you call warriors. It doesn't matter. We're ready. And we're very unsuspecting with people and we like knowledge and people who love knowledge because that's what
Yeah.
life is all about. The brain runs your entire body. That's the general, that's the chief in order, that is the sergeant. The brain runs everything. Everybody brags about their genitals. Everybody brags about their body, but the brain runs everything in you. If that brain shuts down, you're done. The brain and the heart, you're finished. Your body is nothing. The body is nothing but a shell. So they wanted us to be body over mind, but we're mind over body. That's how we managed to get through this. We were never supposed to get through it.
Yeah.
That's all
And
good.
it's, yeah, I mean, shit, even getting through it sometimes is accidental. You just, just didn't get beat hard enough to die from it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it be that kind of stuff, man. It's rough. It's just like, but yeah, I'm in tune. I mean, shit,
I was gonna ask too with Against Life because I didn't want to. I know I shit. Hold. I'm gonna put her. No, I didn't want to say that. I was gonna ask if she too had any Aries energy because that's with astrology. I really do think there's a certain connection with this thing because I'm an Aries too. Like
Oh hell!
all that. I live in Aries.
Whoa!
wow,
Phoenix.
wow, that's crazy.
Like,
Yeah, fire.
that's why I
Wow,
wanted to get Against Life back on because I know she has. I think she's in Florida, somewhere around there, and like there's another similar energy with that. So I was just when you said that, I was like, man, warrior spirit. I was like, shit. It's like, man, that's what I'm saying. Like there
We don't
is.
give a damn. We're ready. Whether we're the women
No,
Aries, men
yeah,
Aries, we don't give
yeah,
a damn. We'll die in battle before
yeah,
somebody tries us. Whatever.
in your face,
yeah.
like yeah, the fuck.
But what's crazy though? It's like at heart, Aries, like we are really good people, and we really want to
Yep.
see everybody have something. Like we are really kind. Like I'm a kind person at heart. You know what I'm saying? But I learned real fast that in life people don't care. They don't.
Facts.
It's war. And it's just like it broke my heart when I realized that. 'Cause I'm like, damn, I give to a person on the streets that don't have nothing, or
Right?
I've done these things. You know what I'm saying? Because not to other people to look at me, but because I just feel like it's the right thing to do as a human being. He needs some help. I can help them. I thought that we always, you know what I'm saying? But like you said, you learn like, damn, wait a minute, this whole system, they don't give a damn. It's about power and manipulation and corruption. It's about everything that's
Yeah.
inhumane. And that breaks your heart. That's what broke my heart as an
See,
Aries,
that's my point.
honestly.
Untap. Why do people want to be in that?
It's they gotta you can't get around that characteristic. I guess it's like if we had the power because of the kind of people we are, we would help people. That's
Right?
in our character. And maybe it's just they just don't have that character. They're born of a different character. And that other character would do this. And somehow it just they just powerful enough to be at the top doing it, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. What do you got to say too, user
yeah.
man?
So
Like, why do people want to be around this type of energy?
Ah man, they don't. They haven't been through the obstacle courses of life. The obstacle courses of life. We've been doing this since before we were born. Hated since we were in the womb. Hated when we were born. The black sheep. So we had to think for ourselves. So we had to earn our right to get to the top. They were just put there. So they're clueless. They cannot connect. They're disconnected. We have to learn to disconnect. So we know how to play. We know how to not manipulate. We're not manipulative, but we know when to be all the way in and immediately withdraw ourselves. They were just cast into a position they have no training for. We've been trained for that since birth, hated since birth,
yeah,
counted out since birth. We don't give damn. They don't give a damn.
yeah,
Whatever. If
yeah,
it's death, so be it. So when you get someone like that, the world isn't ready for that because that's a genuine person. But if you need to be cut off, you will. If it's war, let's go. But if it's peace, we're there. They're just ready to just dismantle everything, but they don't know what it took to get there.
Yeah, you guys make good points. Okay, because I'm always just trying to understand how this is still happening. Like I get at like kind of the automation. People are not even thinking, and monkey see, monkey do. Automaton. We're just going with the flow or whatever. But man, I'm just like the psychology element, the social engineering, like you guys mentioned, the programming, the manipulation that takes place. I'm just it's just fascinating how this is happening. But yeah, I think the syncretism element is crazy because we've been talking a lot of this, honestly, Christ consciousness, energy. You guys have been talking a lot about the brain, and just your mind, using your mind. I love that name
Oh,
because
thanks.
yeah.
Appreciate
I
it.
mean, untapped potential. I mean, this type of
You
streaming.
see,
What was that?
I'm noticing all of our names.
Oh yeah, we have like crazy names. Shoot, I mean everybody here got crazy names. Cosmic 92, Against Life 1000. I'm a work of art. I mean, I just love seeing people use their names and whatnot. But
These are thinkers.
right. But let me see here. So, are you guys when it comes to let's talk about that whole Efilist thing, kind of with that Untapped kind of. Well, what do you guys have to say about like at least the idea, like we've been we are talking about, but like that there's no need to create need with all the strife, the suffering going on. The expression to emphasize that no sentient life on Earth should be promoted. Just kind of expressing more of that direct line of thought. What do you guys have with that? With antinatalism, do you think it? Because you have people like Amendum. Shout out to him. I listen to him very often, honestly, as much as he posts on his channel, and he likes to make that distinction between the history he's had with antinatalism and the people and the gripes that he's kind of built with them, and so he's separated. And now he has his term of Efilism, and that's cool and everything. I just feel like we can have different terms and everything, but then people can get annoying and everything, and then we have another term. So I think the truth still holds with everything, but people can make things become bastardized, and I think that's kind of what happened there. But what do you guys have to say with just like a lot of that or anything? Like what next do you guys want to look to talk about?
I'll let a limit potential go first. I don't want to talk too much. I'll go last.
Uh, I'm still no, I don't really have nothing to say about it right at the minute. But with Efilism, I mean, like, what do you want to like? What do you want to know? Like, what do I think about the idea?
Pretty much.
I mean, I think now it's like everybody is one of them. It's like when things start to get as hard as they're getting right now with inflation. I think that's an idea that even if people don't understand the term or have never heard it, they're living it now. So
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like a lot more people are on board with the idea now, even if they're not saying it, because life is forcing them to. So it's like something that's just marinating into the background of everything. Everybody's getting it now, because it's like I said, they have to now. They have to understand it now. It's like you start talking about these ideas, Efilism, antinatalism, and you start to understand them, and it's like, okay, I understand it. You understand it. What else is there to say about it? You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Right.
I mean, you know, I mean, that's how I feel about it. Because, like I said, I've been a part of this community for years and been listening to these kinds of conversations for a long time. So it's just like, I really don't know what. I just feel like these ideas now are starting to just, whether people understand them or whether they know it or not, life is harsh enough now where people feel these ideas. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that's better than even understanding what the terms mean. You live in it, So now can you really have a kid right now? Can you afford to?
Wow.
Do you really have that money? Are you feeding the kids you got right now? Are you sure that by next year they won't spike the inflation up and you have, what I'm saying? Are you really sure in these times? People feel that, man. That's Efilism. That's
Yep.
antinatalism.
There you
It's a
go.
feeling now. We ain't even
Yep.
got to talk about it. So it don't matter if they don't promote these channels and no, no, no. Like I said before, trauma is a teacher too.
Thanks.
People don't want to keep getting hurt over and over again before they start saying, wait a minute, hold up. I don't want to. I mean, I'm on YouTube. I'm hearing women talking, actually confessing and saying, hey, I regret I had a kid because I realized that I can't help them.
Yeah.
I've heard people
Mm.
say this riding in their car on their way home and they crying and
Yeah.
they bawling their eyes out. I'm seeing people complain. People that was making 100,000 a year. That's not enough. I was a hundred
Mm.
thousand not enough. What you talking about? But
All
that's
right.
what they saying now, right? You need 170,000 is normal now, right? I mean, that's Efilism. That's antinatalism. So, like I said,
Wow.
don't worry about these numbers being low. No, it's felt high. People are hurting, man. When people get hungry, they start thinking. Because you got to start thinking, am I going to have to commit a crime? Am I have to go to jail? That's a real ass thought right there. That's
That's
a teacher, right? This is
Wow.
anti-latalism. This is Efilism. Let it be felt, brothers. And sisters. Don't even worry. Like, oh, is this channel reaching the light? It don't matter.
Mm.
The feeling reaching it. That's enough. That's what I realized, man. You just got to step back and let it happen, man. Once you know so much, because you can't stop what they doing, whatever it is, right? They're gonna do it anyway once you learn about it. We just bouncing this off of each other, like, learn a little bit of this and that, but it's all the same thing, right? People at the top getting ready to smack people at the
Yes.
bottom,
Yeah.
right? It's all to come down to. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't. So
Yeah,
that's what I gotta say
that
about
was
it.
beautifully said. Like you said, like it's a feeling that hit home because because all of this is I'm trying to connect. You know what I mean? And well, I gotta hold up. I have to call my. And yes, that's the thing. It's the feeling that is connecting everybody without question. It's whether you want to think about it, like you said, you're going through it, and that
Yeah,
is a powerful statement. And I'm so happy that
It
you
is.
got to say that. And yeah, use your mind or untap if you want to say anything following that.
I agree
yeah,
with
man.
you, illicit mind, about what a limited potential just said about people feeling it. The things they thought were so absurd, or how could I put it, deviant before, something they could never fathom, they get it now. Because when you hit them in the pocket and you hit them with their tangibles, suddenly they see. When those things are easily accessible, they're disconnected from the reality of things. Now they see. And now, because they see, and we all have already saw, we already knew those things. This is why AI is there. Like, okay, they're trying to punish those people now. Okay, you don't want to reproduce? Okay, you don't want to give me more slaves? You're not going to okay, guess what? We're going to introduce robotics because we can sense that this world is not going to do what we say anymore. And before we lose control, we'll replace you with one robot that can do 10 people's duties. Okay. Therefore, if we get 100 robots, we can replace. We don't have to have as many of you. We don't need your offspring now. So since you don't want to play our game, we're going to give you a new game to play with robotics to replace all of you with a robot we don't have to pay, that doesn't have to go to the hospital, that doesn't get sick, that doesn't need time off. That way, we'll show you. If you don't want to play our game, then we'll force you to. We'll force Generation A to work side by side with robotics, or we can get a robot that can do what 10 to 20 people can do. Just one robot can do 20 people's job.
Right. Yeah, that's gonna happen. We know that.
It's happening now.
Yeah, yeah. They sick of us. If anything, like it's like shit. You don't want to be here too. Shoot, we'll just create another version of you with all this better ones. And yeah, so
They don't like our mind. That's why they call it artificial intelligence. They want to be able to program it to be able to speak. Think about it. No one needs to go to college anymore to be bilingual, trilingual. You want to know why? AI speaks every single language, every single one across the world.
mm,
That's why they're dismantling the Department of Education, because they're like, you don't need professors and all of that. We could just get a robot, train it. You don't want to reproduce. He doesn't reproduce. She doesn't want to reproduce. Fine. So if you don't, we're going to punish you all because you have a mind to think. We're upset that you're waking up, and we can tell that you all are waking up. It's nothing we can do. So what we're going to do is make sure that we have something more powerful. They can think the way we want them to think. That goes against you thinking because we taught you not to think at all. Now you're catching up with your thinking, except for people like us. These people are just now waking up. They're just now using their brains. They have to catch up. But artificial intelligence is already programmed to think the way they want. They don't want their kids anymore. That's why they take and snap away health benefits and all that type of stuff. They want to starve them out. They don't want anything asking questions anymore. They're God, government, ordinance, defense. That's what's on your money. Anua coceptus.
mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. It's crazy. It's funny because I feel like I'm not even gonna. A lot of humans talk about politics, and everybody knows it's crappy. Everybody knows it's
Yeah.
crappy. And so on that level alone, because a lot of this is that you've been kind of versing on is that. And we know that's not a fun game. And so what more? What more? Because like you said, that's your God. God is dominance. It's funny that I feel like I'm in church right now. This is my Sunday church. This is gonna be
Oh well, it is Sunday.
tell you,
Yeah.
this is
Ah,
I'm telling you, like, I'm legit starting this up like a routine thing. No doubt. But like you said, like, I kind of forgot what I was talking about. Oh man, I'm just thinking so much right now, man. I don't understand government, man. I don't understand government because yeah, that's the dominant. You know, you already have to have a body dominating over you. You have Mother Nature with that, right? Now you have the father, you know, govern shit too. Like, I don't know. It's just another level, you know, with the pyramid and all, and the multi-level marketing. That's how I see it. It's a Ponzi scheme. You know, somebody just trying to get somebody uh, to have to fuck you over. I mean, it's just a bunch of fucking other people. At the end of the day, however way you want to describe it, that's what's at play time and time again. And people get, you know, casted off for it. People die off. You have different of governments and dictators that get put into place, that get overthrown, and that's just that element of things, that whole history of things, the things that are currently going on in that element. Like, there's just so many ways you can get to. Don't put another fucking person to have to deal with this bullshit.
Right.
That one is just. I mean, pick your fucking poison. Fucking, it's a fucking cuisine. Fucking all in one, just whatever one that you want to talk about. But people, I don't know. But there is a lot of us, like you said, Untapped. I'm not worried about the numbers. Whoever is here, and I know there's people that listen to us, you know, with the NSA and things like that. You know, you have your phone and everything all around you. They know what we think about. You know what I mean? They know there's many of us, and that's why they move a little quick. They move a little quick. With some of these programs and shit that you've been explaining, Use Your Mind, and who knows where it's gonna go? Because right now, talk about Untapped. Like I don't know how much stuff that's Untapped with them, that they can do. Like you've been kind of describing, Use Your Mind. Looks like we got somebody watching from France. I appreciate you, Little Bird G. Man, I didn't know we got some friends, man. He says, as a Black woman, there is challenging every day. Wow. Yeah, I got my sister right now. She's in London. And I know it's cold as hell over there. Shit. What you guys else got to say about like Use Your Mind or Untapped? Like when you talk to people about anything like this or that, like how has it been for you guys? Whether you want to go on the family route or friends, acquaintances, like how's it been when you I kind of talked to Untapped before on that question. Use Your Mind, you can start first, and then Untapped, you can kind of respond to what she has to say. But how's it been trying to connect with people in your life?
I disconnected from everyone in my life. I cut them all off, no contact. I don't like, you know, anything to weigh me down. I have to cut it off and keep moving because I can't explain to people what they refuse to see. That's dead weight. I'm sort of analytical, and I know what conversations will be received, and I'm not going to battle with anybody when it comes down to what I, you know, stand firm on. So I just don't. Like if I know like you, unlimited potential.
Untapped.
And everyone in yes, an untapped, unlimited. Sorry, I done made a whole nother. I'm so sorry. Untapped. I'm trying to play that off. Hold on. Can you edit that out?
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Just kidding. Oh no, untapped potential. Sorry, so sorry. What I meant.
It's all good.
When you get into an area with people with similar mindsets, we're not the same. We have different levels of, you know, where we're at. But when you get around people, you can have these conversations and bounce ideas off each other, and then you can scan a room and know when it will not be received. There's no need to even present it. So I just don't until I get around people. I can. I've cut everybody off. No contact.
Let me tell you something though, real quick, before I have my boy Mark come in. I if I see a way I can probe this type of conversation, I'm gonna probe it. When I'm with other people. And you know, life, you know, it's gonna hit you. Just like this type of conversation it's an at bottom conversation. So you know, you hanging out with your friends, you know, doing whatever you're doing, and some type of conversation comes up, and it's some type of like, oh, that's shitty, right? Like, oh, I had to do something that was shitty. I had to fix my car, or had to go to some health thing, And that's a perfect time, if you haven't already said it to them, if you care about this type of, this is who I am. Like I said, I'm a therapist. So I'm gonna say out that blazing truth. I don't give a fuck around me. You know what I mean? And so in those moments, I let them know. Whoever is in my life that's watching this, they know. They know if you've been around me, then okay, yeah, Uno, he's gone there. And I let them know, oh man, yeah, it doesn't make sense. That's why, yeah, I'm not going to put somebody else to deal with any of that bullshit. I'm not procreating, I just say a little bit, Any one of my friends, they know I've said this to my family, this, that, the fourth. They don't want to believe that I'm going to still do it, but it's just why would I want to entertain promoting this? It's all trouble.
Illicit mind. I will say this: I do drop subliminals, and I am sarcastic, and I do like, you know how you give a person a look, and they're just like, what? I do the look, subliminals, and sarcasm, and then they thinking about that. Like, what did you mean? What did you mean? I just leave it like that until they just want to know more.
Yeah. I appreciate it. Yeah, it is sad. Go ahead, Mark. I appreciate you hopping on as well. How you doing?
Illicit mind, what is up, my brother? I am so glad to be on the stream. Look, I didn't even know that you were doing a live today until I got on YouTube and saw the indication over your channel, like, oh, he's live. So I was like, I might as well go ahead and join. Loving the conversation so far. How you guys doing? How are you, Untapped Potential? How are you, Use Your Mind?
I'm good.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Use Your Mind. Where you at?
FLA.
LA?
FLA. Florida.
See where I said before about Florida? So we got Untapped from Chicago. We got Use Your Mind from Florida. I'm out here in Arizona.
Now I'm from LA. I'm from LA.
From LA?
Yeah.
City of the Angels. Where you at, Mark?
I am in cold ass Michigan right now.
We saw that.
Cold Chicago too.
Picture or something?
What was that?
Did you say you saw that? What was that, Use Your Mind? What did you say?
Oh no, I said we all saw the cold air blowing out of his nose in Chicago.
Oh yeah, with Untapped.
Yeah. It's critical out.
Yeah, I can't imagine being in like some crazy cold right now. It's sunny where I'm at, but it's still pretty chilly, and so I'm out here sweating it up.
What about Mark?
Yeah, where you at, Mark?
Yeah, I'm in Michigan.
Michigan, right? He said,
yeah.
You guys in some cold areas, but like me and Use Your Mind, we
tropical.
Really, pretty tropical. Let me see from the comments. What did Bird G? She said, I'm 30 and most of my friends are having kids and are obsessed with procreating. Yesterday, a friend told me that he can't wait to see me pregnant.
That's so weird.
What the? What?
That's like creepy. Isn't that kind of creepy?
It's so weird.
I can't wait to see you pregnant. It sounds so creepy.
I can't wait for you to have another corpse that's going to suffer and pay bills and get sick and live in a shitty world. I can't wait for that to happen. So crazy.
Yeah, I'm sorry you got to get told that, little Bird G. That's not right. People not thinking. They're just thinking about themselves. If anything, if they are thinking, it's some bullshit to say some shit like that because we know what this life brings. You know what I mean? It's not just this picture of a pregnant lady. You know what I mean? There's a whole story with that. And there's a lot of sadness going on. That's why I wanted to mention from before. If you've been listening from the start of this, I know I did like a live stream initially, but sadness. This life is like a show. It's like it's a reality, but it's a sad show. Melancholy, melanin, foundationally, whatever you want to promote in this world that I wanted to express specifically on this stream today is sad. And we know this as anti-natalist, Efilist, whatever type of term you want to put on it. We know this is a sad reality. So we abstain. We say we're against this shit. We're using our mind. We have untapped potential with it. And we know that we're more than it. And so we're bouncing from this bitch. Whenever time that comes for each and whatever one of us, that's what's going to happen. And that's happening to any one of us. But there's a certain light that we know we're about. And it's actually the darkness, because for whatever light you want to say, it starts within that untapped darkness. And that's what we all are. And so I'm trying to connect with people that are about that energy. And I know every one of you that are listening here on the stream on StreamYard are about that. And I'm going to tell you right now, following from the one we had some years back, and from today, I'm going to look to do this very much more often. I was saying before, I feel like I'm on like a Sunday choir type of, like, I'm just like with my people, and I know it can get bigger if it wants to. It's not even, this is already pulling up, but I look at that name, Untapped Potential. I just thought, like, man, yeah, I gotta definitely connect more with my channel here, and I just appreciate you wanting to.
I want to ask you all a question. Do you all watch
Go
TV or celebrate holidays? I don't watch TV. I like people who are creators, like YouTubers, stuff like that, with my time, and I'm very creative, think, read, but I'm not a TV watcher or a holiday person. I create my own days to celebrate instead of
Same.
you. Who said that?
Me, yeah,
Yeah,
I can't do the television.
yeah, me either. I just can't do it.
I haven't watched cable TV in I don't know how many years. I think the last time I sat and actually enjoyed watching television was, oh fuck, I can't even remember. It was so long ago, since I was
Same.
like back in high school, maybe early high school.
Yeah,
But
same.
it's I can't do it because when you really sit down and look at the television and look at all the programs and look at the subliminal messages that are going through, it's all there to dumb down the mind. It's all there to make you sterile mentally to the point where you can't think and comprehend what's happening in the world around you, to the
Agreed.
point where you fall in line. Because that really, honestly, if we want to get down to it, and I don't know how many of you will agree with this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Television is a public spell.
That-
And if you watch it, if you listen to it, and the words that they're saying, the
Yes.
patterns that they use, the colors that they use, it's all a spell. And it's the largest spell being cast on society. And it's all about control. And so when we see the world the way the world is right now and why people are so apt to agree with certain things, think about the television culture. Think about the culture that's coming through some of the music and some of the other forms of entertainment. This is all being put into the brains to make people mentally sterile to the point where they'll follow
Facts.
anything
Facts.
without thinking. Like that's what happened, back in 2020 with the whole thing with that. Like people were just immediately obeying everything. I was like, what the fuck? Like nobody stopped to think for a second. Like, hello, like maybe not do that, but they just went along with everything, and it's like no questioning. And so when I was,
Yeah.
watching that happen, I thought to myself, what did it? And of course, years of programming through the television, years and years of programming through the school, through the religion, to be obedient. That culminated in what happened in 2020.
They Live. The movie They
Yep.
Live.
Yep.
Obey, consume, conform, procreate.
Right.
Obey. Yeah. Yeah.
That's why they call it a broadcast, like what you said, a spell. Another word for spell is broadcast.
It
It just
is.
goes right over people's heads, literally.
Fact.
I
And
agree, 100.
and so that's why, like, um when we talk about breeding and antinatalism and things like that, people think I'm crazy when I tell them that there is no solution to this world except for it to be destroyed.
Yep.
Everybody thinks that I'm crazy for saying that. Like they think that I am just some nut job, that I'm just some psychopath for saying that. But I'm telling you what every spiritual
Yep.
philosophy at root that has any substance of worth is telling you. Like this world is so irreversibly fucked, and it was designed that way. It was never going to be anything other than what it is. And
You're right.
so that's why all these systems of obedience and breeding and slave mentalities function the way they do in this world, because this world is a breeding ground for that. It was never meant to be anything else. Like you can't build a house on a broken foundation. And people think that this world can be fixed, but the foundation is
Right.
broke. Like, how are you going to build a house on a broken foundation? Like people tell me, oh, but there's beautiful things in nature, there's beautiful things in life. I
Right.
was like, you got to look beneath that veil, that fine little veil of the pretty flowers and the trees and the mountains, and you look
Animals
under that
chomping on
shit.
each other.
Exactly. You look at that shit, and what's happening? It's feeding on each other. It's cannibalism. The fucking ants have wars, for crying out
Yep.
loud.
Yeah.
You get parasites, so many different kinds of parasites, diseases. All of that stuff is nature. And what human
Exactly.
beings are doing in this world is also a part of nature. So it's like there is no salvation to the world except for it to be destroyed.
There you
And
go.
so my philosophy is just speaking for myself, and maybe for those who can comprehend it, my philosophy is to bring forth the energy of entropy into the world, because that's the only thing that's going to fix this. Like there's no fixing it a nice lovey-dovey way. That it's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen because it's not designed for that.
When
So
when you were speaking about philosophers saying the same thing, like you were saying that philosophers have said this, you're
mhm,
absolutely right. Socrates, Plato, Buddhism, even Hinduism, they talk about detachment and detaching from things and situations to find true freedom. It also
right?
talks about that with antinatalists like ourselves, or maybe you're, I don't know about antinatal if you are, but I am.
I am.
Anarchy, okay, you are. Everyone that has ever said that, what happened to them? The leaders, what happened to those people that we read about? What happened to them?
Ostracized and killed every time.
Bingo.
Every
Jesus.
time.
Yep.
I
You
mean,
know,
look what they did to the Gnostics. The church, the church went full throttle with the Gnostics. I mean, you
whatever
see what they,
martyr name you want to mention, yeah.
Yep.
And
yeah,
it goes back to like Untapped said, they don't want these certain minds, a mutant thought. They don't want that Gnostic, that against, just it's just saying it for what it is. Like you said, Mark, whatever, when people want to call out, this is good, beauty, any positive energy. Like you said, there's always that underlining negative foundation of sadness. That's why I mentioned with that melancholy, melanin. It don't, that's where it is. That's where it starts. Because whatever thing you want to promote, it's like, hold up. There are costs, there are things that are going to have to unfortunately happen because of this now. And that's
hmm
the level of maturity that people don't want to rise up to. And they, like you said, it's none of this shit, man. Man,
I have
I
something else to mention to you, illicit mind,
okay.
mark and untapped potential. Just a quick thought, really quickly. Now that you said this, it's sort of strange to me. I'm not religious at all, and I hope I'm not offending anyone in the chat. I don't mean to do so, but just the story of Jesus. Wasn't he in North Africa, Bethlehem, Jerusalem? Somehow he ended up dominating, being brought over to America, and then this is supposed to be spread out across the entire world, right? But wasn't
Mhm.
he taken out for being different and speaking truth? But they don't want truth told in the world, so that's how you know something was rearranged in his whole. That was a philosophy. They call it a religion. Jesus was a philosopher. They turned it into a religion. He wasn't a Christian. He was I am who I am. Somehow he was brought from Africa over to the United States and had the whole wording flipped around to control people's mind with fear tactics. And this religion is supposed to be spread across the entire world. And they're saying they need to convert to this one religion. But you had philosophers in other places. You had shamans in other places. You had people that were trying to get the messages were given. They were taken out, just like Jesus was. He too was a messenger.
Right. Yeah, I mean, listen, the message is gonna stay. Like Untapped said, it's before we want to even say some shit, you feel it. You feel you in the, you are in this bullshit right now. You are in
true,
hell. You know what I
true.
mean?
Thank you.
Not be in
Yep.
hell to promote it or whatever, right? It's how like Mark mentioned, is to just promote that entropy against it. Because that's what it's gonna be. We just want more of it to continue because we just trying to close the shop down. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, you can go ahead. You
Mm.
guys go ahead, man.
If you believe in reincarnation, which I do, and I never, ever, ever want to be reincarnated. But if they keep people breeding and breeding, there's a possibility that people can continue to come through. I personally would never, ever want to come back to this realm, ever, in any form.
Yeah, that's a funny thing.
I agree. I agree.
That's a funny thing. I feel like I'm an old soul. I feel like if I had been here before, and I don't even, and I would say I'm an old. If that's a whole astrology thing, if you want to get in, like that's what they say about me. And so I that with all those type of things, of course I get into it too. But I always just come back to, you are currently, like we know ourselves. There are three versions of our you. You have the eternal you, then you have you in the kind of second subconscious layer, the substratum, and now you have you on the third dimensional self, right? So that's you that you know you to be, third dimensional reality you. And that's all that we know. And we will come and we will go. And that's great. I don't want to have to know shit. Having a mind is the issue. A lot of we like
Exactly.
the body. Cool. The body, we know it comes with limitations. A mind comes with limitations. There's going to be something you don't know. There's then something that you're going to be worried about. Blah 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 blah. Like it's just trouble. Back in that womb, the embryonic. I shout out to SQS embryonic meditation. I would recommend nothingness. I don't need anything. Leave
I
me
know.
alone.
I know.
Exactly.
Let me sleep like a mummy.
Please.
And that really is the true perfection. Like if you take everything and you hold it up to absolute zero nothingness, there is no comparison, because nothingness can't harm, it can't feel, it doesn't think. There is no consciousness there for it to be compared to. So you can't have perfection anywhere else except in nothing, because nothing is nothing. There is nothing to compare it to. That is truly the absolute perfected state. If anything is nothingness, because what's there, again, you can't compare it. There is no sensations to be had, there is no disappointment, there is no sorrow, there is none of that, because it just simply does not exist. And so even in some spiritual systems, the whole goal of this is to progress all things back into the void, so that it can be repaired and reincorporated into that nothingness state. Like I love mythology. I'm just going to say that.
Same.
So when I look at Egyptian mythology or Babylonian mythology, these two different cultures had pretty much the same exact mythology about how they thought the world began, and it always started with a conflict of interest. But the figure that I really love in Egyptian mythology is Apep, Apophis, the
Yeah.
snake, the serpent. And what is Apophis? Apophis essentially is the manifestation of the void itself. And his only mission, his only reason of being, is to destroy the universe and return everything back to a state of primordial nothingness, absolute zero silence. He is like on site violent against the gods. Like every time the gods encounter Apep, he is constantly attacking them like nonstop. He's like a heat-seeking missile with this one mission to destroy fucking everything. No gods, no existence, no worlds, pure pitch black zero silence. And that's all he's about. And then you go into Babylonian myth and you see the same thing with Tiamat, and how that whole thing sprang up about the war with the cosmic gods, who are the ones like who essentially created this shit show, versus Tiamat and the primordial beings with her, who are trying to return again everything back to a state of non-existence. So it's a struggle. And the struggle really comes down to, are you in favor of shit continuing to exist in imperfect conditions, or are you trying to bring it all back to perfection, which is the nothingness?
I think the nothingness is on its way anyway, and I think this earth senses that, and they don't want to lose control of this realm.
Exactly.
When we go to
Exactly.
our dream world, that's the real realm. That this is the dream world of limitations, where the body is the limitation. If you were to try to fly off a building, that's the end for you in this room. But in the other realm, that is the more realistic, unlimited, uncapped, dynamic dimension. Period. They want to teach you fear in this dimension right here, to depend only on the body and the physical, tangible things for everything. This is how they keep people trapped in fear. When we sleep, your body is in a rest state, and this is the closest you'll be to nothingness, the ether, a different realm. And this is where you tap into people who have already been here. You see them in your dreams. They tell you different things. You need to know. It comes out accurate. They want you afraid of what's next. There are a lot of people afraid of death in this world, and that's why they act the way they act. That's why they act chaotic. That's why they cause wars. They want to be in control. We're not, so we are a threat. How can you scare someone that's not afraid to die? You cannot scare them. I'm not afraid. What can you do? How can you scare them? We're gonna take you out. Okay.
Like you said,
No.
Mark, we are about that team. Like we're all doing it. We're all in that process already. So whether you
Right.
want to promote it or not, for that level of life, that's without a doubt. Like you said, the nothingness will come sooner or later. When people talk about what's it called? The end times. We're all gonna have an end time. It's
I mean, yeah, I mean, what
so
exactly?
like you were saying, a Paul, I can't even pronounce the name, Apophis. Like all of it, like Christ, like whether, and I know youth in Asia mentioned Jesus never existed, and we know we're not gonna, we know it's just an element, it's an archetype, it's a story, there's a allegory element, and with it, it's a connection. It's just trying to connect the dots. Like again with Apophis, the term with the medical term of apoptosis,
Confucius.
like cell death. Is similar medical
apoptosis
etymology with the terms. It's just kind of going back to like we are here to die. Like this existence, planned death. Terminal illness is death. Like is this life is terminal illness, and so we're already of that team. We know what we're on. And so when people don't want to like recognize what Mark is just having just explained, like we're already on that team. But when people want to promote life, you're promoting death. You're promoting whether you want to. We're just now expressing it like it's coming, and we don't want to like for people to have to be in that like predicament at the same time, right? It is a heartfelt thing. Like, I'm not just trying to be like a rain on your parade. No, I'm trying to like have to
right
to be in this damn parade. What the fuck? So yeah, it's going back to like that perfected state, like Mark talked about. The undifferentiated. We don't need to be in this individuality type of shit.
Exactly.
Trying to get into that from before. Like, listen, man. That's why I was trying to say from like a lot of the talk I was saying before. Like, I don't even fuck with people. Why would I want to be in a
Same. Exactly.
Facts. Like
it's
most
safe
of
to
the
say
time.
that, it's safe to say that most of us is probably like loners, like to be on our laptop doing research. I'm the same way. I talk to one person, my brother. I don't really, you can't really talk to anybody about like certain, like about things that's,
real.
it's like this, that, you really can't, because it's like I said, it's like you won't run into people who watch TV. And it's like Mark said, it's like they're programmed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they're going to immediately think you're crazy.
You can tell what they're watching by how they live.
So it's like, so it's like you gravitate to these types of channels. This is all that's left. Like, what else can you really do? I mean, it's like I said, it's like when you get aware of like certain kind of things, you start to do your research, you find out, it's like you end up isolated,
Do you notice though,
man.
Untapped Potential and Illicit Mind and MarcMundspilli? Do you all notice that because we are in tune, and everyone in this chat, I don't know, I don't watch TV, I don't do any of that crap, I just like being in tune, right? Doing my own thing or whatever. Do you notice that people try to drain your damn energy? It's like they get upset because you can see straight through them and know that they're not with anything or about anything but drama, gossip, all that stupid stuff. Do you notice that they want to latch onto you?
Life, if there's one thing that I know about life, and that was one of the posts that I had from before, this life is not yours. You know what I mean? Like we don't come here off of our own accord. You get my so
wow.
Like the time that you have to spend that you would want to spend to yourself. We, like you mentioned, Untapped and Use Your Mind, we are, a lot of individual areas, right? And any one of us listening, right? We're always a lot of times, I'm sure, very in your own head. But I wanted to,
you all are like that too?
Oh yeah. But you made a point that there are things with life that are going to want your energy.
God, man, that's so annoying.
Yeah. I mean, family obligations, let alone we mentioned before a little bit, relationships, there's work, the relationship bonding element of life. With that, we know there's going to take time. And it's just that, again, we're trying to be left alone.
Right.
And so that element of life gets really annoying. And so when you mentioned with like the energy drain that people try to do, I feel you on that, because it keeps going. You trying to do whatever you can in the midst of it, like this right now, and just chill out. But it's coming. This time, Chronos, Saturn, the black key, all that shit. It's everything. It's everything.
Damn, I was wondering, because I've come across few areas and they've said similar things, just a few. And I'm noticing, well, damn, it's not just me. I like to keep to myself, if I wanted to turn up, if I wanted to. Have you, I don't know, you've been, in the time before like 18, 19, you just wanted to see what the club was about. You went in there. It's almost like people were drawn to you.
I still get around. Don't get
You get what I'm saying? Do you notice that? We have turned it all the way up and disappear. And then we just want to be left alone. And then people still in the energy that we left there. I'm not saying this to be cocky. I just want to know, did it happen to you? And then you want to go back to your own little thing.
Did what happened to me?
Like, if you've ever went to the club before, right? When you go in there, you turn it up when I did, and then you just disappear. Like you just go back to your own little thing. And people are stuck in that energy. It's like they're in it. They're still basking in the energy that you bring, because we know how to retain our own energy, and we're comfortable in our own skin and appreciate our own company. So when we do share it, it's almost like they become addicted to it. Do you notice that?
Yeah, they are addicted. Go ahead.
Even strangers that you don't know, they just keep trying to claw at your energy, and they get pissed at you too. Like they think you're arrogant, stuck up, and all this, and it's like, no, I'm trying to preserve my energy.
Yeah, you start to get depth. You know what I'm saying? It's like that energy that when you when you learn to spend time by yourself, and you studying, you learning things, and you reflecting. You start to. I think what it does is it make you develop depth. And people can feel that. And it's like they gravitate to that energy, and they really want to just be around that. Because like for real, like that's really what isolation does. Well, not even isolation, just solitude, right? You spend time by yourself, reading a book. You spend time by yourself, thinking about what's really going on in the world, and being truthful and honest about what you see. And when you do that enough, like I said, you become a person. Your character becomes more in depth, and you become more chilled and more calm. And people can feel that. You feel me? And it's like, but and it's like, because what happens when you have depth, you're not looking to take, you're giving.
Right.
It's like your energy is like, they know that if they ask you something, you would listen to them and probably give them a good answer to it. Type energy. You know what I'm saying? And then that's what that depth is, man. Just pull people in. You get that when you like to be more in solitude, and you like to read and research and learn things about yourself. Like I said before, I think that's what happens.
This is so cool. Man, I was like, when you talk about different astrology signs or whatever, I was like, I don't know. I don't think I've got to work with any but Aries. I need a team of Aries. It's just brains, a bunch of brains. Like just, man, that's what I'm talking about. This made my whole day. You all are awesome.
Right. Like,
man, damn, this is awesome.
Some of your guys' contacts, because I would love to, because like you said with that, like that alone, there's already so much with that, because I'm sure you're saying like Aries sun, right? But then you have the rising.
I'm a Scorpio rising.
Scorpio rising. Okay, so you're heavy Mars dominated.
It's not easy at all.
Oh yeah, no, Mars is too much. You always got to get doing something. You're always doing something with that Mars energy. So I wonder where that's at for your house. But if that means your Aries then is on the. I'm trying to do all that math, man. That's probably the 8th house for you.
Aries, 6th house of health, regeneration, and then I have Gemini in the 8th, which is why I get communicative about things otherworldly and pulling from different realms and getting that type of knowledge, like from there. Being a Scorpio ascendant, which is like ruled by death and regeneration, transformation. So I'm always transforming and hate it instantly. It's like, damn.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. So having Aries in that 6th house, and you're born in the springtime, right?
Yeah. So fit, extremely fit, love fitness.
Yeah.
Don't play no games.
Yeah.
What about you? Gemini rising, Aquarius? You seem airy, like air.
Yeah, I'm a Leo rising.
Whoa.
What that mean?
It's right up there. It makes sense.
Okay.
Makes sense. Lion.
Yeah, because I wanted to go to you though real quick, and I'll go to Untapped in a moment.
Yeah, Untapped.
Because like you mentioned with that, I just think it's fascinating, guys. I know some antinatalists may not be in astrology or whatever, but like I mentioned, like I'm just all about myself, and so knowing more about myself, I think is cool. I definitely would. I encourage people to get into your chart and all that. There's so much to know about yourself that's just at least good to know, let alone there's good things you can prosper more in your life about it. Like it's a whole set. So just to go to use your mind real quick, you mentioned you have your 6th house in Aries. That 6th house, it deals a lot of your daily routines. Like you mentioned, fitness, a lot of that, your health is very important. So seeing you have your sun there in Aries and you're emphasizing that you work out a lot, you're very fit, definitely into that for sure. And it makes sense with that like hardcore energy, like you know this shit, this type of talk, this is in your head. Talk about use your mind. I know this type of
Oh, I
mentality.
do it.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
I
a
do it.
this is a I know you're about, if you have your sun in the 6th house, you're about your rituals, you're about serving onto others but also onto yourself. And so that's and just Mars is actually rejoiced in the 6th house. But even though I don't know where your Mars is at, but astrology is very important, guys. I just wanted to mention that a little bit with User Mind Untapped, because we're all Aries. There's no woo woo woo. There is a little woo, but my point is like, how is it that we're all Aries? We have some significant, you know what I mean? And there in that connection with Aries and just giving you that raw energy, truth, undeniable facts, you know what I mean? Boldness, to this type of talk of antinatalism, Efilism, entropy, you know what I mean? Like we're giving that cold hard truth is a lot of that Aries energy. And so there's a lot of synchronicities with life, syncretism, and I knew something like this was going to happen, so I'm not really surprised. And there's only so much more in terms of just us 3 here on the call, let alone whoever else is listening. I literally mentioned I live in Arizona, like and you mentioned you're a
Oh,
Phoenix. If you look up Scorpio and the connection to the mythological bird
death and
Phoenix,
rebirth.
yeah, there's so all these connections. So I'm just always like, and then so when people talk about life as a simulation, it just like you mentioned Untapped, you just keep thinking in your mind. It's like, man, how far does this go?
That's
Because
why it doesn't scare me. And people are like,
it's
they're
just
like, why are you looking at me like
wow.
that? I get that so much because it's like I'm heavy fire, air, and then like the Scorpio rising, which is like Mars and Pluto together. So when I'm somewhere, people are like, your eyes, like, why are you looking? And my eyes are like, they look black, like it's like they look beady. And I'm like, I've gotten it my whole life. They'll think I'm looking through them, and I'm like, I can't help it. And it's slanted. My eyes are slanted, and then they're like beady. So it's like, oh God, this isn't helping. So they think I'm looking straight through them. I don't know why with untapped potential, he's giving me like water rising, like Pisces or Cancer, Scorpio as
yeah.
well.
Untapped. You know what your rising is,
I
man?
I have no idea, man. To be honest,
Wow.
all I know is that I'm Aries. I'm April 8th, so that's all I can tell you. I didn't get that deep into astrology to really know that, like know
I
that
can
far
feel
to
it.
astrology.
I can
I really
feel it.
don't.
It's either Libra rising or like a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. I get that. I can feel it.
I feel the
And
for sure. Yeah.
yeah,
You're a definite connector with the way that you talk, Untapped. Just you said so many things. I mean, you two, everybody, all the comments. But what you last said on Tap about how like when you get in that isolation mode and then you come out back to the public, that you have this kind of aura of that
Yeah,
entropy, right? The death. And people don't really like to feel that type of vibe. And you described that so well. I really thank you, man, because that was a
hmm,
for me. Because I'm like, how come I can't really, I can be around people, but like, I kind of have to put a cloak on the entropy. You know what I mean? I kind of have to put a
yeah,
cloak
yeah.
on that type of energy that they don't want to
It's
be.
too honest. Yeah, because like I said, when you isolate, like I said, you self reflect and you really ask honest questions because you're not gonna lie to
yes,
yourself about nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like you see things for what they really are. You see your pain. You see what you've been through. You examined it deeply. You forgave people that did wrong to you because you had the intelligence to understand that it would help you. You know what I'm saying? You went and did research. You know what I'm saying? When you do all of that kind of work like that, like I said, it comes out of your energy, and people just either they're gonna push away from you or they're gonna try to drain you. It's
Mhm.
like so you just gotta it has to be a balance there. You know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of people don't even like being in the room, people that's like that. That have that type of that type of honesty with themselves, you know what I'm saying? And so I mean
yeah. They
it's
get
just
bothered by it.
it's an energy thing, man. It's like as you're doing that, it's like you're changing your energy as you're doing that, as you study, as you're doing, it's like that's what I think is happening. I think that's what happened with me because I experienced it a lot too, the same thing. But it's like I don't trip on it, Sometimes people try to get more energy than what I try. And I just move out of the way and let them know, hey, you just have to learn how to balance it. I think,
Well, me, it's weird. It's
So
like it becomes an obsession for people, and it's so because I love to preserve my energy and like my own company. I don't like that because believe it or not, I'm speaking with you all and everybody in your chat, but I'm very private. And I think it's the Scorpio rising.
Right.
I'm very private. Like
yeah,
I like my company unless I like you. If I like you,
yeah,
I pull you close to me and we could chill together. It's like I don't,
yeah,
we're just chilling. Period. I don't care what anybody says. Other than that, I don't want to be bothered. But you, as a
yeah,
Leo rising, it's easier for you
Mhm.
than it would be for me.
Mhm. I can fake it. I can put on a show. Let me tell you.
Dang.
Tell you,
yeah,
when I'm around people, I can talk about anything. Da, 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 da. Oh, is that so? Oh, you don't say. I can get out the way or come. Oh yeah, I talk to anybody when I'm in the public if I want to. But if I really want to go there with this, and I can make it a certain way, aesthetic, and then make it sound a little better than. But they don't want to hear this shit. We know that, and so you gotta play the nicety, play the pleasantries, be very
That's not
cordial.
easy for me.
Yeah, I hear it.
This is not good. You better look up Scorpio risings. It's just like, oh my God.
They don't deserve it. It's all the fuckery that they promoting. We got to put the. It's just like we all know. I'm not trying to, like, how can I say, these conversations, as we know, it doesn't happen that often in public.
Facts.
Um, but it's just doing what you can. I'm just all about that. That's why I made those recent videos not that long ago. I saw it was a bit of some time, and I love reading all the comments and just the engagement that I had from these past stuff that I made before. And I just love before the Black talk live discussion of antinatalism. It wasn't just that, right? It was anybody that wanted to listen, and that it was just a great time. I was like, you know what, something like that should happen more often, because especially as Black people put hip to anything. You know what I mean? The culture aspect that Black Americans and what they radiate across the world. So I just think, something like this, trying to promote and express, do what I can, you know what I mean? Show my face in that, and then connect to people like you guys, do it as often as I can. And like Mark said, promote the entropy. This is that for what I can do. You know what I mean? And we're doing it together, all as a community. We're just talking. You know what I mean? Just like you said, I don't watch that much TV either. I would rather listen to somebody like this, people like
Yeah.
you and I, people in the comments that have things to describe that we all vibe with. Because there are people like us, and we are kind of in our own areas. So yeah, I'm all about connecting to you guys, man. And I'm just so happy to be here on your guys' time. To see what we can iron sharpen iron with. Because I'm gonna replay this back. You guys have said so much that, oh my gosh, talk about AI making religion cool for kids. Fucking Untapped saying,
I'm telling you,
yeah, that was
crazy.
that's
you all are so. I just want to say this to you and to Mark and to what was her name? That was, I know, think her name was
like
Antinatalist.
to be before antinatalist wish. Forgot her
Which yes,
actual. I forgot her
I'm
actual.
subscribed to her channel as well. I saw her and I was shocked to see her pop up in here. I'm like, wow, this is a small world. You know, I just wanted to tell you all, especially into this witch, that she's awesome. And for you three gentlemen, man, look, I mean as hell. I mean as hell. Okay. I'm
Oh,
not an easy cook at a crack, right? But I gotta say, I salute you two gentlemen. You are amazing men. I swear to God, I'm so happy to see you all. You're so futuristic, intelligent. You carry yourself very well, and man, I've been silenced. I've been silenced today by what I've seen with you all, with untapped potential, illicit mind, and Mark. Keep shining and enlightening other men around you in this world because there are people who don't see that. They don't believe that it exists, and I've been proven wrong by you all. And I was like, wow, man, the way you speak, your ability to analyze things. It seems like you all are patient too in your area, so you already get a thumbs up. You know what I'm saying? So I just got to put that out there. So I appreciate you all so much. Yeah, man, this is awesome.
Yeah, we appreciate you. If you
I
have to,
appreciate it.
that was kind of like a sayonara type of energy concluding. If
Yep,
you have
it
to,
is.
yeah, yeah. If you have to go, then kudos, use your mind. I appreciate you. Untapped, you can say your closing remarks to her. If anyone, if you guys have to leave, by all means, I can still stay if anybody else needs to, because I got much more I can look to do. But like I said, I'm definitely gonna look to do this another one very soon. But Untapped, go ahead.
I don't really have much to say. I'm not gonna be too long because I do gotta go myself too. But yeah, this is interesting, man. Too, as I'm having a good time, connecting with like-minded people, on this channel. So I'm looking forward to, maybe even doing it again if it can happen again. And I just wanted to say, my channel is not an anti-natalist channel. I subscribe to anti-natalist channel. It's something separate. I just wanted to just say that if you ever go over there, that's some separate stuff going on, some artwork stuff. So no, I'm not anti-natalist channel, but I subscribe to other channels like Illicit Man and Mark and whatnot. I'm just a fan of, part of the community. So I just wanted to say that too.
Word up, word up. Yeah, well, I
Well,
appreciate both of you. Go ahead, use your mind.
I'll see you two gentlemen later. Man, if y'all have an email, put y'all email in your descriptions and stuff so we can all keep in contact. Everybody as well. Because y'all, man, I love intelligence, but just intelligence. Everybody intellect is different on different levels. Everybody is intelligent in something, but
Right.
your mindsets are powerful. That's just dope, So, I'll see you around in the next live. Salute to you, gentlemen.
Yes, we'll get
Yeah.
our
All
details
right.
later
Salute to
on.
you.
Next live, we'll get more into different things. And yes, I'm definitely going to get your guys' contacts. You guys are cool people. Got to connect more with you guys specifically alongside the community we have here. But yes, y'all have a
All
great
right.
start to your week.
All right. Salute to you. Take it easy holidays if you celebrate them.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Okay. All right, man.
All right, Untab. Good talk, bro.
I ain't gonna good talking to you, man. I gotta go ahead and get up out of here. But like I said, next time if I get a chance to, for sure, man, I would definitely love to at least tune in and whatnot. I do work a lot, but I got lucky today, so I was glad to be able to actually talk to you and because I really like your channel, man. Your content is powerful. I like you got a lot of intelligence, and I listen to a lot of your videos, so I just want you to know that.
Man, I appreciate hearing it, man. I'm glad to, have connected to you. And man, I'm just glad there's that, energy that we both are radiating out in the world, for what it can promote, for the betterment for those that don't need to fucking be here. In part for just many other things, but at bottom, that's a clear thing that we're doing. So I appreciate you, bro. And yeah, for having the opportunity, I'm glad. I'm glad for you, especially to come here and you definitely helped me out, man, doing this. So thank you for joining on and everything too. But yeah, man, stay safe and everything.
All right, man. See you. Yeah, thanks.
All right, well, guys, I am still here. If anyone would want to come up on, by all means, I'm about to kick my boy Untapped since he has to go. He let me know. But if anyone wants to still look to mention anything, I have plenty of time still. If you would want to come on, I'm going to share the invite again to anyone that would want to chime in. I'll send it here on the YouTube. But if anyone wants to say anything, because from there I can say a lot back, but I'm glad to have done the bit that we have at least. We'll see if there's anyone that wants to come up here momentarily. But yeah, it was a nice talk there. A lot that was said. Some of the points that I mentioned before didn't really I guess, too specific on certain things, but still a great talk. So many different things that I didn't really even know about, which is why I was trying to get and use your mind while she put me privy with AI. I know AI is going crazy, but I never heard that yet for what she was describing to that extent. So that's interesting, but scary. Not, it's concerning. So yeah, we'll see about that. But I'm gonna give it another few minutes, see if anyone wants to come in. If not, I'm gonna say some closing remarks. So I'm going to actually read some comments too in the midst of things. Let's see here. So Against Life, she had a comment before about child-free community with access to euthanasia. Just to make a remark on that, you know, any one of us knows, you know, with euthanasia, any of this, no one was, you know, given the volition to not choose to come here. So if they don't want to be here anymore, you know, and they're mentally able to say that with a clear mind, because that's this true sanity. This is all insane for how this world is getting promoted and ongoingly, you know, system and how the structure of it goes. None of it makes sense. It's nothing good to promote. So if people are wanting that option, who are we? Who are we to stop them from doing what they are within their own volition wanting to do? You know what I mean? So we'll see how the future goes with how we are able to talk. Just this is clear thought to people. I mean, we're trying to help people out. That's all. It's very simple things. People just want to be controlling of people's energy. It's very creepy, honestly. So yeah, euthanasia should be an accessible means for people that want that opportunity for anyone of any kind. So thank you, Antinatalist Wish, aka Against Life 1000, for that post. Many different comments from before. Little Bird G to mention from France. It's cool that I have somebody listening, watching from a whole other continent like that. Yeah, looks like no one's really showing up though to the stage to want to talk, to say anything more else. So I'm going to just say some additional closing points. Yeah, I just think it's great, guys, that we start or continue to echo this type of light. The entropy that, you know, Mark Shangal, I wish he was here, but hope he's doing well as well. Chris Sedaris, the type of energy that you are about. If you're listening to this, that means that you are, of course, about this type of mentality. Whatever way that you can radiate, emulate it out, embody it, represent it, do it, you know? Something like this I'll look to do as often as I can because I enjoy talking to people that are like-minded who doesn't, right? And with that, there's more than what meets the eye. There's so many things from that that then plays forth for the betterment of things that you and I are about. So definitely want to emphasize, just be connecting to who you are about, you know, just try to have your type of click. And I'm trying to build one here in this community online more so. Hearing you guys, I love hearing, the comments are great too, but being on a call like that with some of the few that were on the call here, it was a nice time. And I'm trying to do it more because having certain talks just for one specific thing and just getting within the probe of that, there's just so many different subjects and things connected to antinatalism, Efilism, this type of conversation. That's at least a nice talk to have with other people. So I definitely will look to continue to do this with you guys. And I'm very happy and appreciative of everyone that had the opportunity to listen today. And again, just be in tune for what looks to be in the future. I'll look to make some other posts for one likely next week, Sunday. We'll see how it goes. But if not, into the new year, we'll see with things. But I hope everybody has a great rest of your week. Start of the week, it just started. Stay safe. And yeah, I'm going to end it right here. Have a great rest of your day.